You, you, you.
You have to lose to learn to love. When everything crashes down, pick yourself off the ground, turn it around now. You have
Love is unproportionate, gratitude damn fortunate. Jealousy, I won't let me, not mad at you. I hope you win. I hope you win. I hope you win. My generation is special performance spectacles. Writing these songs, righting my wrongs, correctional. Invested time, every minute is measurable. Pleasant and kind, love is incredible. Your hate speech is unneeded, unwanted, and
come inside the building?
Yes, he's inside the building.
Hey.
It's the amazing Myles Bullen.
It's
Myles Robert Bullen. I was just fucking around with something here. Just give me a moment. It sounds okay. Yes, it does sound okay. It sounds wonderful. Wonderful as usual. Nope, I guess I can turn off that reverb. No sense having any reverb. It'll make us seem too big. We don't want to seem too big. We don't want to seem like the voice of God.
Can you reverb my voice?
Of course I can. Let's see here. Give that. Wait a second. I gotta come over to here. I gotta send the auxiliary to reverb. Here we are. FX1. And I'll send you there like that. Then I'll send FX2 and talk to me. That's funny.
Yeah, that's a train whistle.
That's a train. Yeah, and I was just doing. It's kind of funny that you say that because I was just working on a train song.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's the high lonesome sound of America. It's the high lonesome sound of the train. Well, it sings of the true price of liberty. Well, it sings of the blood, sweat, and pain.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I just put that up on TikTok.
Of course you did.
Well, of course, TikTok is my jam, motherfucker. Say hello to Freddie, PhD.
Hey, Freddie.
Freddie is the first doctor of promosexuality.
Promosexuality?
Yes. He promotes sexuality in everyone. He says everyone should take advantage of their sexuality no matter what it is. And no matter who it's for. He promotes sexuality. It's as simple as that. It's a simple thing. A very simple thing. And he is the very first doctor of promosexuality. So, just so you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. He's an amazing dragon. He's an amazing dragon.
Is Dragon? PhD?
Yeah. PhD. Freddie. P-H-R-E-D-D-Y. Freddie. Ph.D. The first doctor dragon of promosexuality. He's a promosexual and he can't help it.
Love it.
So, yeah. So what I was doing was, what time is it? We getting, we're very close. Okay. I was just trying to put together an intro screen. And of course, I haven't finished getting the OBS virtual camera thing set up yet. So that is one of the issues that I need to deal with. Also, that I need to change this lovely font into something else. Change that font into something else, Bob, will you? And I wanted to what did I want to do? I wanted to change the color. That's what I wanted to do. That's under C for color. There it is. Color. It says select color. What color should I select? How's red? Let's look like red. Does red look good? Oh, no, it looks ugly as sin. All right. How ugly is sin anyway? You hear that expression all the time. Ugly is sin. And I don't know that sin is particularly ugly. Or maybe it is. Depends on who you are and how you feel it. Anyway, well, I don't need to do this now. I can just put that off till later. Because really all I need to do is to play said... I brought this up and I'm saying, wait a second. That's not my theme song. It should be though. I kind of like this. I never thought about using this for Bob's Struggles. Yeah, that might actually work. But actually, that's not the theme song I've been using. Stop it. I didn't say you could keep going. What I have been using is, where is it? B-O-B. Bob Struggles with Technology. This is Bob Struggles with Technology.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know where my screen just went.
What was that?
Can you still see me?
I can.
Oh, there I am.
What, did you disappear? Oh, did you hit the wrong view and
I
get?
don't know what was happening. Here
You
I am.
know, you know how this stuff works. I mean, I intend to leave up both screens. So, okay, we're at 156. I'm going to change us to public in a moment. I just wanted to test to make sure that the volume of this is not too loud. This is Bob's Struggles with Technology. Welcome today to, yes, we'll go through all of that as soon as it's time. Stop. I didn't say you could keep going. So that's all ready to go. We're all ready to go. I'm going to probably, the first thing I'm going to do is I'll introduce you, and then I'm going to play the first video that made an impression on me, which was yours. I hope you win. Which was like, fuck, this guy. This fucking guy. So that was it for me. I watched that one fucking video, and I was sold. I was a Myles Robert Bullen fan forever. For fucking ever.
Thank you, Robert. That's an honor to hear.
Yeah, and then you just keep following them up with more and more and more and more and more, and better and better and better and better. And you still didn't send me that MP3 file. And
I got my interface last night.
Did you? Cool.
Just got it. So today I taught a creative writing class at 11, and then immediately after I ate lunch with Hillary, and then I zoomed in with you. So.
Oh, okay. Are you using the interface now?
No, I haven't even been able to set it up.
What kind?
It's a M4. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's an M4 Moto.
Oh, I don't know it.
It's one of these bad boys.
One of these bad boys. Oh, okay. Oh, very nice.
I haven't even set it up yet.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But it's USB-C, which means it's got like the highest definition transfer.
Yeah.
As far as like from device to computer.
Yep. I have similar this Go Mixer Pro that I use from Roland.
Yep.
Which the thing I like about it is that it will power my headset microphone. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm reading, in which I'm do a lot, reading fairy tales to the TikTokers, it's easier to, move myself around without having to worry where the fucking microphone is. It's right there on my fucking head. Can't lose. Can't lose it. All right. We're at 159, and it is about time to change from private, which it is right now. Not really private. It's set as what do you call it?
Unlisted.
Unlisted. Thank you. You're a smart fellow. I'm gonna keep you around here. I think we're just about to change that from unlisted to public. Publish. And we will cue up the music and get started here. Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Bob's Struggles with Technology. And it's actually now called just Bob's Struggles because I struggle with everything. So it doesn't matter. It's not just technology I struggle with. I struggle with all there is in life. And that's why we changed the title to just Bob's Struggles. And today, our special guest is art poet Myles Robert Bullen. I'm looking forward to an interesting he gets his kazoo out. I'm looking forward to an interesting encounter here with Myles Robert Bullen. Myles, welcome to the program Bob's Struggles.
Thank you, Robert. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm very excited to have you too. It's just like, wow, I got Myles to come on my program. Oh boy, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am. I'm like a little girl. Oh, that's sexist. Sorry about that. I never said that. I said something else entirely. I'm like a silly little boy. That's what it is. I am. And I'd like to share with you the very first Myles Bullen work that I ran into when he was just Myles Bullen and not Myles Robert Bullen. That's what the credit is anyway. And this video is called "I Hope You Win," and you can't see the video, but well, maybe you will be able to see the video. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that, Bob says. He says, through the miracle of modern science, I can do a share screen and say, share a screen with these people. Which screen am I going to share? I'm going to share this screen here, screen number 2, and I'm just going to go, here we go.
Oh, Robert, go on for a second.
Love is unproportionate, gratitude damn fortunate. Jealousy, I won't let in, not mad at you. I hope you win. 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 Money glowing rich. Glowing rich. You get your scratch when you know your itch. You get that cash when you know your niche. Go and get. Go and get. Go and get anything you could imagine you would ever need. Get on top of the world, put eyes on parts of the world that you've never seen. You're blessed, I hope you succeed. Get through what you're going through. Take a moment to just sit and breathe. You're better than what you would like to believe. I'm telling you that you're intelligent, born to spread your benevolence. There's a well of wealth inside you, so find out where you're fortunate. That's where your fortune is. That's where your fortune is. I hope you win. I hope you win. I hope you win. I hope you win. Won't waste my time on hating you. I got way too many things that are great to do. Work hard as I can, get shit done. Love what I do, my job is love. Love is wisdom, drum and rhythm, heartbeat, keeping me in time, in time, in line. Beatbox, poetry, art, rapper, designed to fly. Live out this life, street art, revolution, DIY till I die. You came just in time to say goodbye. Now, wake up, wake up.
I hope you don't die. I hope that you win. In turn, going out of business to a grand opening. I hope you make a hell yeah for every time you're told no. I hope you find $100 to pocket your old coat. I hope you figure out what's been holding you back. I hope you reshape that box you got that box you in the past. I hope if you're lost and smoking broken, hoping focus back in sight. I hope you get the benefits with minimum of sacrifice. I hope you got the hunger. I hope you got the appetite. I hope your dead favorite relatives, they all come back to life. Hope you don't get one victory, but maybe like 3 or 4, and you get in the door. I hope you sell out arena tours. I hope you meet Beyonce. I hope you meet Myles. I met him one time, he wore a shirt that said smile. Years later saw him after hadn't seen in a while. Some fellas can be jealous, that's not his style. What he said,
I'm telling you that you're intelligent, born to spread your benevolence. There's a well of wealth inside you, so find out where you're fortunate. That's where your fortune is. That's where your fortune is. I hope you win. I hope you win. I hope you win. I hope you win.
Yeah, I hope that came through.
It was a little glitchy.
Was it?
Yeah, I think in the future, what may work better is instead of streaming the video, if you had it downloaded and played it, it might have not had the glitch or the feedback.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
Hang on a second here. Let me turn this off here. So that's better.
But yeah, the sound was okay. The video was very glitchy though.
The video is glitchy. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what's with when you do a share screen. The share screen is a problem. But they are going to get better ways to do all of these things. Like you said, download the video and play it directly into and that has a relationship to me using OBS as a camera, as a virtual camera, to be able to throw my entire OBS arsenal of video awesomeness into Zoom. But that's just going to take some time to learn. That's all, my friend. That's all, my friend.
You know, watching that video, it's kind of like, it feels like a lifetime ago that I made that.
Oh, well, yeah. Look how young you are in that. You know, I mean, you're a baby.
Yeah, so hopeful too, so young and hopeful.
Yeah, but you know what? That was just it. You know, is find out where you're fortunate. That's where your fortune is. Absolutely. You know, and I hope you win. That whole idea, to me, just sums you up completely. That's you. That's Myles. I hope you win. It doesn't matter. He's as your feature said. Some guys would be jealous, but no, you're the guy who says, no, I hope you win. As a matter of fact, I'm fucking glad you won. Or that you continue to win or whatever. You're relentlessly positive. Even when you're talking about really serious stuff, you're relentlessly positive about what you do. I know sometimes there are some dark stuff you talk about, but in general, you cast light upon this dark stuff, which is like a real skill to be able to do that.
I have great teachers.
Yeah.
You know, I have influences that just are unworldly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your unworldly influences? What's one of your unworldly influences?
For writing, it's definitely, I have so many. First people that come to mind. First few people that come to mind are Chesky, Ramos,
okay. Yeah,
Big Four, the Bumbling Wuhas.
Okay.
There's some of my influences. P.T. Burnham, he's another poet and like a hip hop artist who's a great writer. You know, I teach creative writing classes that really push me too. Like anybody who's ever been to one of my workshops, like, you know, teaching is definitely something that inspires me and pushes me to get better at writing.
Yeah, I need to do one of those workshops someday. We'll have to.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I mean, just, you know, you think of fun things to do. Your shows are fun. Everything's fun. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how you manage to do it, but you do, and your persona out there is very, very much fun and supportive, and that's what you do. I know that your inner life can be something else entirely, and that you're very guarded about all of that too. So that's a good thing. But it is the thing that is intriguing to me, is that what is the inner life that goes on there in the Myles Robert Bullen land?
That's a good question.
Well, there you go.
You know, my entire life has changed in just a few months, like most people's, but for me in a big way, you know, I lost my grandfather, I lost my father, and I lost 4 months of work, 4 months of touring and doing the thing that I love most.
Yeah.
All in the same week.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like, it hit me. Yeah, it hit me really hard to just lose so much all at once. And it, you know, I was listening to an interview that I did in January. And I was recapping my 2019 experience, which was, to me, the most like true version of what I've wanted my life to be. You know, last year I really accomplished a lot of goals, and you know, I made making art my career full time. I toured relentlessly, and I just made connections, and I felt like I felt like I was on fire, you know, in the best way.
You were on fire last year.
Yeah.
You were. You ate the whole map.
Yeah, I toured a lot, and I just did the things I wanted to do, and I just didn't take no for an answer. I just kept going. And then so I was talking about that in January on this podcast I did with my friend Benny P,
Mm-hmm.
who's like a hip hop journalist in Portland, Maine, under Rhyme Beat. And I was listening to myself just in January, less than 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was so filled with hope and so
Mhm.
filled with determination and motivation. And listening to that, I realized like I don't feel that right now.
Really? You've
You know,
lost your hope?
I feel sad. I feel tired. I feel doubtful. I feel all of this heaviness that, all just sprung upon me. And yeah, and it's unlike me. It's like I feel this like new sense of exhaustion that
I can understand that. I mean, last year, the world was saying to you, yes, 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 yes. And this year, the world said, no, fuck you.
yeah, that's exactly what it feels like,
And
Robert.
and that's that's life. I mean, life is like that sometimes. Sometimes the world says, no, no, fuck you. It's not gonna go that way. It's gonna go this way.
Right.
And I understand your feeling of exhaustion and lack of hope, but I haven't seen that in what you're doing. You
Yeah.
seem still to be staying the course as though the world was still saying yes.
Yeah, that's a part of building the habit, right?
Yep. Yeah.
One of the things, aside from me being a performing artist, I'm also like a person in recovery.
Yep.
Um, I was using a lot of substances in my youth, and so part of what I've learned about recovery can apply to all people of all kinds, because the way that you find healing is to build healthy habits and routines.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember when I first got sober, I started, trying to heal. I was 18 and I started a yoga practice. And the yoga practice was a daily physical exercise
Mm-hmm.
and some sort of small meditation. And just doing that every single day for multiple years
Yeah.
has helped me. It's like even though I feel awful, I still have these habits or these healthy tools
Mm-hmm.
that come to me when I feel the worst and when I have like the least amount of strength and belief or whatever. I still do the things that I know will make me feel better later. Whether it's writing a poem or singing a song or going outside or cooking myself a meal or whatever it is that I need.
Yeah.
I've practiced that so much when I was feeling good that now when I feel awful, I'm still doing those same things. So
Yeah. You're mindful. You really are mindful.
yeah,
And I actually have a phrase that I say to people. I say, look, one foot in front of the other, man. One foot in front of the other. That's all you do. Just keep doing that. And whatever you're doing, as long as you keep moving forward, keep plugging away, whatever the routines you have are, no matter what the routines are, that it is the constancy that makes it work.
yeah,
Anyway, otherwise, there are plenty of times when you wake up and it's like, oh my God, another day. I'm always happy for another day these days, but I know that in my life there were plenty of times when I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
yeah,
What's next here? And one foot in front of the other. Get the fuck out of bed. Let's go. Here we go.
yeah,
Make the coffee. Yeah, thank you very much. All right. Yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I've been really lucky, to have my partner who's been like, in quarantine with me, like pushing me to get up early and out of bed, like, because it's so hard to want to do anything.
Really? You have no
Yeah.
joie de vivre at all right now?
I mean, I thrive on plans.
Okay.
I thrive on goal setting and like you know, there's still lots of things I can do, but the thing that I was such in circulation, the thing I was doing a lot was booking tours,
Yeah, right.
booking,
Exactly.
traveling, performing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so now it's just like that's what I was waking up for. I was waking up to work on that, and then like that got taken away from me for some period of time, and so it's just been like relearning why I wake up in the morning. What am I doing it for? Who am
Yeah.
I?
Well, you,
You know?
you wake up for your art, man.
Yeah,
Wake up for your art. Don't and the art is all wrapped up in booking. Oh yeah, that's a part of it. But
right.
marketing, that's a part of it. And you're really good at all this shit. I'm looking at all your marketing and all your band merch and all of that stuff, and I'm just like, I'm in awe of you as far as that's concerned. Yeah, no, it's just like, my God, if I was this together, I'd be famous. Although I am a little famous. Today I went and had a meeting with the for the to get my medical card in New Hampshire
Yeah,
for medical marijuana, and that went very well. But one of the things she asked me what my hobbies were, and I said, well, you know, I make videos, I play songs, I play golf every day, and you might know one of my videos. I said, stay at home. She says, oh, let me write it down. And I said, stay the fuck at home. And she says, oh, you're that guy? And I said, yeah, I'm that guy. Stay the fuck at home.
that's awesome, Robert.
It's so weird. Yeah, as I said, I haven't made a penny from any of it, but it's been, you know, my name's out there. People know who I am. So I get recognized on the street. Well, I wish they'd give me a nickel. Thank you very much. I'm gonna make a song that says, "Would you please give me a nickel if you're listening to this song? I need your fucking nickel if I want to get along. Oh, I just need another nickel." Yeah, and then put my Venmo at the end of it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the song. I need $1 is all I need. Whoa, whoa. You know that one?
No, I don't know it, but now I do, or now I know of it. There
And
was
then,
a guy
it's a pretty, yeah.
who did it.
I can't even tell you who did it, but
Okay, you have encyclopedic knowledge, so that must be very obscure then.
no, I don't have. I'm like the half story guy. You know when someone's so excited to tell you something,
Yeah,
and they only give you half of the story.
yeah.
That's me. I can't remember the other half, but it came to mind because it goes like, I need $1 is all I need. If I share my troubles with you, will you share your dollar with me? And it's like I'm pretty much somebody asking for money on the street, and
Yep.
That's
what I intend to do. Except the street now. This is the new street. It's
This is the new street.
called IP, man. IP, Internet Protocol, is the new street. This is how it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what IP means, other than intellectual property. But when I say IP, I always think of IP, HTTP. Thank you very much, Internet Protocol. How we all get along these days in our COVIDia. In the land of COVIDia, people were locked inside their houses and couldn't go outside. They had servants to go get their groceries and bring them. They would not leave their houses. They wore masks when they went outside because they feared. Why did they fear? They feared the great COVID. We need to write a fairy tale. Anyway, that was my best ASMR voice, by the way, just in case it makes the hair on your neck stand up. Oh, Lord. Where was I going? I had a thought, and it left me, but that happens a lot. I have fleeting thoughts, as they say. It was a fleeting thought, and it fled very quickly away from me. It was, what was it about? Oh, about I need $1. There was a man by the name of Wildman Fisher who Frank Zappa produced in the 70s. And he only made one record, and they only sold 600, and I have one.
Nice.
I bought it when it was new. Wild Man Fisher. And Wild Man Fisher used to stay on the street in L.A., and I don't know, in Hollywood or wherever it was on the street that he used to perform. And he'd come up to people and say, you want to hear a new kind of song for a dime? You want to hear another kind of song for a dime? And that's all he did. He sold people new kinds of songs for a dime. You know, merry go, merry go, merry go round, boop, 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 merry. He was crazy. He eventually threatened Frank Zappa and his family with a knife. So that was the end of that contract. But yeah. I have the record. I don't know what happened to Wild Man Fisher. He may be still alive. He was a crazy fucker. And that's why I want to go with the nickel thing. It's going to be a tribute to Wild Man fucking Fisher.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's see. Well, you have new things coming out.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't you? Don't you have something coming? Or you just put out something new?
I put out a song with Jesse the Tree.
Yes, that one. Yes.
And it's called "Love You, Mom!" !
Yeah, and that actually I did want to get into that. And let me just that was on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. "Love You, Mom!"
Gonna type it in and make it happen.
Mark.
I'm a professional, you know.
Yeah, and that's a really special song.
Well, there was a nice review you got there. That was
yeah. I got a couple of reviews. I did an interview with Rad Plaid, which is a Portland-based concert blog and promotion site.
Yeah, that's the one you just put up, right?
And then I got I got a review from Teal Cheese, which is another music. So that guy just his name is Nick. He just heard the song and did a review about it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And let's take a second and listen to some of this, if you don't mind, sir.
Sure.
See if we can make it actually happen this time. Actually, all I really want to hear about is to hear it. I'm not going to show the video.
Yeah.
I won't have the horrible screen thing.
Oh, so tolerant through all of it, telling me that for happiness in life, kindness is key to unlocking it. And you're right, I felt defeated, deflated, evil, unsacred, needed your friendship, needed a mentor and or someone to look up to when I'm at my damn worst. Smile on your face when we hit the dance floor. I failed you a million, you still give me chances. You sick with the cancer, you taught me my manners. You always forgiving. I remember being 7, you brought a homeless man dinner for Thanksgiving. I'll never forget it. Open heart, open arms, always giving. Always giving. Always giving. The world beats the shit out of you. You smile at its face. You always have faith that the worst people can change. I've been struggling to find new ways. Just say I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you.
Dear mama, I know this life is full of drama, trying to keep your heart calm through the storms and the trauma. I don't know where I'd be without your company, running from the monsters in my head that try to comfort me. You always have the right words, know how to comfort me. Remember I was 23, worried about everything. Called you in a panic, told you that I couldn't handle shit. I know that I am damaged, trying to learn a different language so that I can say I love you twice the size of a planet. This life is wild, I barely understand it. But every time I fall and break, you have always helped repair me. I know that's not forever though, and that thought can scare me. Nightmares, I'm wary, shit. All the time on this earth, that is barely enough. When our hearts stop beating and our bones grow rust, I will meet you for a hug somewhere in the stardust. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, hope you have a good day. I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you.
You've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her, be there forever.
Yeah. Very nice. I mean, yeah.
Thanks, Robert.
You get is Jesse the Tree Bones, Rust, and Stardust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse's the
What
second.
a what a lovely little couplet. I'll tell you.
Till our bones grow rust, meet you somewhere in
Yeah.
the stardust. Yeah.
Bones, Rust, and in the Stardust.
Meet you with a hug somewhere in the stardust. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a. I love Jesse too. I mean, I blinged him up one night. I don't know. Was it the night that you were at Messina? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I blinged him up with the robot, man.
Yeah.
He's got my Betsy Johnson robot. He better leave that. You wear that thing. I'll kick his ass. Big old Jesse.
Yeah. I was so grateful. Jesse sent me that beat. His friend Saint C's made it. He sent me that beat, and I wrote the song about my mom, and I sent it to him, and he wrote the song about his mom, and then we just.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great piece of work. It really is a nice collaboration, to be able to do that, pull that together.
Yeah.
It's like Mutt and Jeff, the tall guy and the small guy.
we have a lot of fun together.
Yeah. I watch the tours, I watch all of this stuff, and I say, yeah, jeepers, how much fun do they have? And I know that in reality, touring sucks, and touring is a grind. It is really a difficult thing to do, and to be able to set up that Miles Eat the Map tour, that was an amazing accomplishment. That truly was.
Thank you, Robert.
It's like you're living the dream that I have, So vicariously, I get to live through you a little bit. Wow. Watching you grow and do all of that. It's just, yeah. You're of the Portland crowd. You're right in there as one of the favorite sons, so we say.
Thank you, Robert. Yeah.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
I feel, again, I owe a lot of my ambition and drive to the people who I look up to, and the people who
just hearing that about your mother, and I'm saying, yeah, that's where he gets this stuff from.
Yeah.
Mom. Yeah, mom fucking beat it into you. And I don't mean beat, I mean heart beat it into you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Love and feeling.
Example.
Yeah, having a fan, like my biggest fan is my mom.
Good. I'm glad she's a fan. She should be a fan. I'd write her nasty letters if she wasn't.
And and I've learned a lot about myself these past few years, where like she's the only person I want to impress. Like I like making music, and I appreciate when people praise me or give me attention. Right? I love attention.
Approval of mom, right?
Yeah, but really the person who I'm looking to impress the most is definitely my mom, and because yeah, and
she probably realizes that and is just as effusive in her praise as the rest of us are.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, well, you just remember that all of it is real. Every bit of that effusive praise is very real. I mean, yeah, sometimes people are just trying to get next to you and glom onto you a little bit, but I don't know. Just your demeanor, everything about it it says, yeah, this is, no matter who's talking to you, that probably they are touched deeply and more than you know, which is good.
Thank you,
Because
Robert.
it's always best to not know the exact effect you have on people.
Yeah.
Because when you know, sometimes it's like, really?
Yeah.
Really? I had a guy the other day, of his girlfriend kept after me on this application on TikTok and said, "Can you say happy birthday to my boyfriend? Can you say happy birthday?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." So I did it during a live, and then she came back to me and said, "I'd really like you to have a message to close out the day." And it's like, "Jeepers, you are relentless," but I caved, and did it. Well, when she played it for him, I have never seen anybody go into such joyous rapture in my life. I mean, and it was just like, and I'm saying, this guy is doing this over me.
Yeah. You're amazing, Robert.
No. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be gracious. Thank you. But it is just overwhelming to me to see that kind of reaction. And
Yeah.
so I'm sure the same thing goes on with you when you've got a room full of people. I mean, on that tour, you had a couple of really great houses, quite a few great houses, where you were like, "Come on, we want to take you home and keep you here." you know, so that to me, that's amazing, and for you, I'm sure it is just as amazing.
Yeah. I kind of thrive on the temporary traveling bard persona, where I realize that traveling it's a temporary existence, right? You'll remember people and you'll think about people and you can connect through the internet or whatever. But when you're physically in a space that you're only going to be in for a number of hours or a number of days,
Yep.
there's like a heightened sense of connection that you have with people, it's just like anything that is going to end soon. You're either extremely present and more mindful, or you disconnect and you don't attach at all. So in a way, it kind of attracts organic, authentic, relationships, because people will either attract to me and then we'll connect, or they'll see that they'll ignore me completely, which is great. I love that. I love
you
I
like
love
being
when people say, like, when people are just honest, and rather that's like, not trying to people please, essentially.
no. Well, you never play to the crowd.
Yeah.
Always play to your heart. Always
Yeah.
always play to your truth and what you're doing. Now, I can't say I always do that. I have a good tradition of playing to the crowd, but playing to the crowd in a way of being able to get that thing going, that feedback thing where you feed them something and they feed it back to you, and it just, when that happens, and that's like the joy of performance. That is the epitome to me of performance. When
Yeah.
when you get that feedback loop going with the audience, and that, I don't think of that as playing to the audience. I think of that as playing to what I love, which is to entertain and to get that reaction, to gain that applause, to get to connect with them enough that they respond.
Yeah.
And you talk about, it's sort of this joy of the ephemeral.
Yeah.
The spring snow. I love spring snow because it's not going to be here tomorrow. Thank you very much. Same idea. No, it's beautiful. Look how beautiful it is, and it's gone. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's
Yeah. And it's almost like the when I feel truly ephemeral, or struck with the spirit of improv,
yeah,
like freestyle,
yeah.
there's something timeless about that. So yes, it's gonna end quickly, but it's almost like, out of all of the material I do, all of the songs and poems and things that I've practiced and I've memorized to heart and I've
Yeah.
embodied. The freestyle is what people remember the most, which is so wild because it's the least, to me, the least memorable thing. I don't remember a single word I say when I'm freestyling because it's all, temporary and it's coming off the top of my head. And
But you're in that moment.
I'm in the moment. I'm super present, so I'm not paying attention at the same time. I'm super
Yeah.
present and not paying attention. But usually the main thing I get from folks when they say what they say is that they'll mention like the freestyle was the most memorable part for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe that, that when you create a temporary moment and you tell everyone it's temporary, they pay closer attention.
They pay closer attention, and also they give you that. They're giving you that back, that attention feedback. That's really what it is. It's that. Okay, I've got your attention, and I'm going to hold your attention, and
Yeah.
you are going to be quiet and listen to me for a while. I used to do a ballad in one of our shows many years ago, and I used to call it my "Shut Up the Bar" ballad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first few measures they'd be yakking and going on, and then the bar would tend to get quieter and quieter from the front, moving to the back, quieter and quieter and quieter, and eventually the bar would be hushed, and I'd get into this. It was the third verse or something like that, which was just before we come to the big halt, and then the guitar solo starts, and it's just one of those moments. Boom. Yeah, oh, yeah, and they're all there. They're all right there. You have them in the palm of your hands, and that's not something that I like to say very often. Having an audience in the palm of your hands. But
Yeah.
with that particular song at that particular moment, you get the bar to shut the fuck up and listen to you, and then you punch them in the face with the guitar solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Kind of fun to do that. Then, of course, that's all very contrived and very, very planned.
Yeah.
It's so much better when it just happens organically. That oh yeah, they're loving this and they're loving it, and they put you back. Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Of all your shows, do you have one that is most memorable?
There's the first thing that came to mind, I wouldn't say it's the most memorable, but the one that just came to mind was when I released the Wake Up Century album.
That's a good one.
I opened for Spose at Port City Music Hall, who's on I Hope You Win. He's featured on that song.
Yep.
I opened for him, and he's got like an incredible following here. So like it was a sold out show at the Port City, which is like a medium-sized venue. It's not. I think it was
500, 800.
I don't know. Yeah, 500 to 1,000 maybe.
Yeah, okay, that's a good size.
I'd say 500. I can't actually guesstimate, but it's like a medium-sized venue, and it was just I felt good performing. But the thing that was most memorable about that show was that my mom and my stepdad and my brother came.
Yeah.
And all of them haven't ever been to one of my shows together.
They hadn't seen it all together as a family.
Yeah, so just the fact that they came out, my aunt and I had a couple cousins that were there too. It was like a big deal for my family because they all know Spose.
Yeah.
And like I started listening to Spose when I was like 17. So to see me like opening for him was like a big deal for my family. So they all came out and I got him on the guest list, and like it was just a cool experience. And my mom had just gone through like chemotherapy, and so she had been like really weak and sick, and but this day she felt good.
Yeah.
She felt strong and she was excited. She hadn't been to a concert in, I think she said 10 to 15 years or something.
Yeah.
She hadn't been to a real concert in forever, so she was just excited, and we like danced. I remember like just grabbing her hands and like swinging her around and like dancing with her. And I'll never forget that moment. It's like more than me performing was just like bringing people together, and
no, and in a significant way. I mean that they understood how big this was in your career. That we tend not to notice those things when we're as performers. Performers. It's like, yeah, well, it's just another guy that I'm fronting for. It's not no. It's no big deal. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
But it is the other people do get impressed by that, and the people
Yeah.
often, especially the people that come to see the show. If you, as an opener, can make an impression on a crowd that has come to see Suppose, they haven't come to see you; they've come
Right.
to see Suppose, and you can make an impression on them. That's an accomplishment to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And
And
I
you
did,
did.
I
Yes,
made,
you did.
yeah, I made fans at that show. I wrote about it in,
You made him as a fan in that
yeah,
show.
yeah,
So
I made him as a fan.
there you go. That's the big deal. You made the headliner your fucking fan.
Yeah,
Think about that, Miles. Think about that. You know, a guy who's been on the bill with lots of people,
yeah,
and you made an impression on him. So much that he wanted to be feature on your thing. That is like, wow. That's yeah. So yeah, I keep telling you, poet laureate someday.
thank you so much, Robert. I'm really,
I suppose I should fill in the audience on that. Is that I've said to Miles a number of times that I believe that someday he will be named poet laureate of the United States. And I mean, he may be 80 by the time that happens, but it is going to happen. It is going to happen. I'm not going to be here for it. Well, maybe I will. You never know. Modern medicine could be doing all sorts of crazy bullshit. And I'll survive COVID-19 to get into the future. And maybe that's
yeah,
part of it. They'll say, hey, you survived COVID-19. We got to keep your genetic material around. So you had this special place made for you. Yeah. And you have
and
any
it's
recommendations for poet laureate?
oh,
I'll be pulling for you, guy. I'll be pulling for you all the way.
thank you.
Yeah, that's it is wonderful that in your age, your new millennium that you are very much a part of. It's the millennium, the bullennium. That this confluence of music and poetry has come about and is now open to to the entire world and
Yeah.
everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it, and you're riding a wave, and that's a great wave. It's to me, seeing all of the poetry that is listened to in this music is heartening to me because people understand now much better about poetry.
Yeah,
Like your poetry slam the other night. I mean, 50 years ago, that wouldn't have been happening. Simple as that. You couldn't get 10 people together to go listen to a poet. you know? And now it's like you got to lock the doors and bar the door and charge money to keep them from coming in.
yeah. No, that open mic was amazing. There were like 40 something people on
Yeah.
that Google Hangout, and
Yeah.
like,
You
and they
think
were
about
all engaged. They're all interacting in the chat. Yeah,
Yeah, well, they're real fans. They're real fans of slam poetry, and that's
yeah,
I mean, it's not something that I am totally familiar with. I mean, I know it vaguely, and I'm heartened by the whole idea of it, that people are going to listen to poetry.
yeah.
As a normal human endeavor instead of treating it as though, well, no, that's only for intellectuals and academics and.
I mean,
You know.
yeah, I'd say poetry is like kind of it it teeters on like on attention on like intimate listening audiences. Like, you don't go to a poetry reading to get drunk and talk to your friends.
That's very true. Well,
You don't go to a poetry reading to like I don't know, it's like it's very selected. Like the people who go to listen to poetry are very intentionally there. And so there might not be, 1,000 people at the venue, But if there are 100 people there, every single one of them cares, and they're all going to give you all of your attention, and you're going to affect all of those people
Yeah.
in some way. And that's the difference
Yeah.
between playing for a hip hop crowd or playing for, you know, a poetry crowd. I'd much rather play poetry shows every day of the week than hip hop shows, because hip hop shows just attract all types of people that don't care and they don't want to be there, but somehow they're still attracted, you know. And
Yeah.
so I think, yeah, I'm a huge fan of the spoken word, and even though I'm musical and I do songs, you know, I perform my music, it's really the audiences and the people who are going that I'm actually much more drawn to these days.
Yeah, no, I understand completely where you're coming from there. To me, it is the hip hop thing is a matter of reaching people that I would not normally reach.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about the whole hip hop idea. Poetry, I mean, I will occasionally go drop in on a poetry thing and drop a little verbal bomb there, but that was fun. It was fun to recite that poem.
Yeah.
Because I haven't recited that as a poem for a long time. I mean, I've done it a million times as a hip hop song, but not as a poem, which is what it was started as.
Yeah.
Oh. So it is it's fun that I can go between those two worlds.
Same. Yeah.
And I mean, I like poetry, I like spoken word, but I am not someone who could sit through hours and hours of it. I will go and listen to particular poets and
Yep.
be thrilled, and others I will be like, yeah, okay, you know.
Yeah.
Emily Dickinson, you are not.
Yeah.
But I'm a critical guy, and probably it's not a good thing to be, but that's what I am, and I always have been. I took a lot of butchery about that for being negative, and in reality, I was not necessarily being negative. I was just expressing my opinion, and my opinion was not one that, you know, someone wanted to hear.
You know, Robert, that may be why I'm turned off to hip hop, is because I feel too close to it, or I feel too judgmental about rap shows where I guess I'm disappointed a lot and uninspired, and then so it's like, yeah, I have too heavy of expectations around rap music, so it's hard for me to be there and be positive and be supportive if I don't actually agree with it, or if I'm not down with the message, or you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
I do, and I mean, some of it is just such throwaway bullshit that
Yeah.
people perform, you know, but that's just like in the days of playing rock and roll music. There were bands that were like, it was throwaway crap, you know. Okay, yeah, they're popular, but it's throwaway crap, and I don't care if they're bigger than me. They're on the fucking headliners.
Yeah.
That doesn't impress me. What impresses me is what are you doing, you know? And okay, you got a professional show and you look real good and it sounds real good, but what are you saying? Nothing. Thank you. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear something, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's like it's like anything though. It's like I'm trying to not being able to go to shows has made me miss shows so much, obviously.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you know, I'm gonna be selective about where I go still, but I love supporting people's growth. I love watching shows. I love learning about technique. I go to shows as studying. I study people. I watch somebody perform and I'm like, wow, I'm going to do that. Or wow, I'm never going to do that. Or,
yeah, the never going to do that happens more often than the going to do that.
You can always take away something, you can always learn something at a show. You can always appreciate parts of it, even if, it's not your style or your cup of tea.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I can't tell you how many bands over the years that I've seen and I go, yeah, I like that, but I don't like any of this shit. But I do like that, and I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
You know what they say? I say this a lot: steal a little, plagiarism; steal a lot, research.
I love that.
Oh God! So what have you got going on soon? You got any performances online, or are you
I do.
just pulling your hair out?
Pulling my hair out. I'm actually doing a live stream on Monday
Oh, good. All right.
with another poetry open mic. It's called The Dirty Gerund.
Oh, this?
Yeah, The Dirty
I
Gerund.
love a good grammar joke.
Yeah.
That dirty German.
Yeah, The Dirty Gerund. And yeah, that's an open mic that's based out of Worcester, Massachusetts. It's one of my favorite shows I've actually played. I played twice in the last.
Well, then I definitely have to take this in next Monday, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite groups of people. The host is amazing. He's really funny. This guy Alex, he's also like a poetry teacher. And
Alex what?
Alex Chambridges,
Chambridges. Okay.
I think that's how you say his last name. But they're amazing. Beautiful community.
What's the name of the open mic?
The Dirty Gerund.
The Dirty German. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob. Your memory doesn't work very well, Bob.
It's all right. You have this video as reference
That's
now.
right. Run the tape back.
And yeah, I'm going to be doing that on Monday night. I'm doing another co-feature with Maya Williams, who's my friend.
Oh yeah.
Incredible poet.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the two of us are going to do.
Well, Maya, you just did that one with Maya. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So cool.
We were supposed to do a tour this month together. We were supposed to tour colleges.
Well, here you are. You're touring the internet.
Because it's like Mental Health Awareness Month. We wanted to talk about depression and suicide and recovery and healing and all the things that we talk about already. We're going to base a tour around our work and around mental health. And so we have a couple of these shows that are still putting us on, like, Zoom calls or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live stream shows. And hopefully
the only bad part is you don't get paid. That's the whole part. When you're out traveling, at least you're getting paid.
Yeah, no, we've been getting paid.
Have you been getting paid? Oh,
yeah,
good.
yeah. People are. Yeah, we get guarantees from some of the venues, and then folks donate if they like it. They give us money. They buy merch or.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a hustle. It's not.
The business is a hustle. I mean, the music business is a hustle. That's what you do. I mean, that's the reason for being an itinerant musician.
Yeah.
You go from place to place and impress people one town at a time. And leave them hoping for more, so that when you come back in 6 months, that they're all ready to spend more money with you.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I mean, you think of it, it's exploitation. And it's like, no, it's no more exploitation than the fucking plumber. The plumber comes and fixes your fucking pipes. Well, we come and fix your emotional pipes and your verbal pipes and give you concepts that entertain you.
Yeah.
Bring you visions that you have never seen before, or ways of looking at the world that are different than your own and are attractive and pretty. That's what we do. That's why we do it. And that's what music does. Music makes all thoughts pretty. You can say anything as long as you have pretty melody. I mean, think of some of the songs that have been written and some of the sentiments. One of my favorites to cite in this regard is "I Will Follow You." The song "I Will Follow You." I will follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away. Now think of that in a very creepy way.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song, but think about the sentiment. I will follow you. No matter where you go. There isn't a mountain so deep or an ocean so deep. Is that
we need the it's got to be in context, you know.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
but you can actually play it in a creepy way. You know, that I will follow you.
Yeah. You know, that reminded me of a writing prompt that someone gave me once, where they were like, they would tell you to write something, and then you would write it a certain way. So you'd be like, okay, write a letter to your mom, write a letter to your best friend, write a letter to a stranger, write a letter to your dog, right? You have all these different people or things you're talking to.
Yeah.
And then it's like the writing can change. Your messaging, your language, your tone, all is going to change in your writing, right? And then there's another thing where you take the same thing that's been written and you read it differently. So read it as if you were reading to your friend. Oh. Read it as if you were reading to your grandmother. Oh. Read it as if you were delivering a eulogy. Oh. Read it as if you were giving an announcement at a wedding. Right? So then you have all these different tones and feelings and inflections all in the same words. And it's like giving them depth and giving them different meaning just on the tone of your voice and your intention behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded me of that.
No, well, that's an interesting exercise to do that, to change tone, and that whole negative capability thing too of inhabiting another character, and delivering that message through the eyes of another character, and that character is the character who's giving the eulogy, or the character who is. It is sort of a turn on negative capability. It's a real interesting idea.
Yeah.
I like this idea. I like this idea. I'll have to steal it.
Good.
Oh Lord! So look at us. We've just whiled away a whole hour. How lovely! Have you got something to play for me? Ukulele in the key of. I don't know what key you're in.
I could play you a song.
Yeah, why not? Play us a song. That's that to me speaks to the essence of this program. You just said play you a song. So this is an intimate conversation, even though it is a show. And I appreciate that. That makes me feel really good that I'm accomplishing my goal.
Okay. I guess I'll stand up. It always feels weird sitting.
Yeah, it's difficult to sing sitting unless you're from like piano. You're always sitting on the piano. So
Yeah. All right. This is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
we can hear you fabulously.
So you know when you're having a pretty good day and you encounter someone who's just not having a really good day, which is fine for people that have good days sometimes, but then they're so insistent to make sure that you don't have a good day also because they're not having a good day. This is a song dedicated to all the haters out there. And it's called Throw Shade. What's what you want from me? Questioning me constantly, telling me to be confident. Well, perfect person that is far from me. How do you remain positive? Honestly, invisible intuition in prison without a vision. It's been missing somewhere lost in me. Sometimes I don't know who to listen to. Take advice like a slice of cake. Don't mistake it as your dinner food. I thought this was a new beginning, it was just an interlude. Disappointed and it's sick of you. Hate crimes are so high, so faith, love, and sunshine. I'm really missing you. Wrote you a poem, hoping you would hear it soon. Wrote you a poem, hoping you would hear it, hear it, hear it. People try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. La da da da. People try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. People try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. La da da da. It's pouring rain, days darker than closed eyes. Lit flame, who had little chance to survive. Few hands who wouldn't let that light die. If you were thinking about getting involved, now's the right time. Shine about it, shine about it. Glow movement. Find your block on the path, go through it. Clear direction, no confusion. Mirror the best, only reflect improvement. Don't need a dream if you're waking life's lucid, lucid, lucid. Yeah. Took me my whole life to get it, now I got it and I won't lose it. Nah, I won't lose it. People try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. La da da da. People try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. Yeah, people try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. La da da da. People try to throw shade on my sunshine, throw shade on my sunshine. La da da da.
Yeah. Throw shade on my sunshine.
Thank you, Robert.
I think I forget where the first time I heard that was. I think I heard it actually. The first time that I heard it was the recording on your Miles Eat the Map tour, and then I actually saw you did it at Machina. So yeah, it's la da 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 la da da da. Throw shade on my sunshine. La da da da. Oh, I want to collaborate with you. Yeah, what fun, what adventure, what excitement, what, yeah, this, I mean, I am, like I said, I was thrilled when you agreed to come do this. So this is, you're like, oh, one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
I should scream and carry on. But, yeah, so you got the shows coming up and you're still going to continue on your vicarious tour with Maya. It's just
I mean,
just
we got
become
this
vicarious. That's all. You know?
Yeah, it's so hard to book right now. I mean, there are lots of places that are doing online stuff, and
Yeah, everybody's doing online stuff. It's really it's find it kind of hard. I used to have this square to myself, bitches, and you guys all come in and took it over. What's going on? This
Yeah.
is my space, bitch.
I actually kind of dislike this a lot. I'm glad to be here with you, and I teach workshops and stuff on a Zoom call. I do 3 a week.
I'm very sorry to interrupt you this, but this is my wife, and I must answer my wife. Hello there, young lady. What do you need? How Molly is? As far as I know, she's okay. I haven't checked her lately. You want me to go check her? No, she's probably asleep, but I mean, nobody has mentioned anything to her other than Carlos saying that, Pedro saying this morning that you said to leave Molly alone, but she seemed good. I haven't noticed anything bad. Why? I hadn't noticed that, no. I'll go check, though. Oh, okay, okay. No, I haven't noticed that. Okay. All right. I'll check her in a little while, okay? I'm actually in the middle of a show here, so. Okay. All right. I'll check, and if anything's going on, I'll give you a call back. Okay. I'm gonna. Don't worry. All right. Bye. Sorry about that, folks. I had to take that call from my wife because when the wife calls, one must listen.
That's lovely.
Well, it was about the dog. Apparently, the dog was crazy this morning. Was listing to one side or something like that, and she wanted to know how she was, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? I haven't noticed anything wrong with Molly." So, she's 16, so that's old for a dog.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
but her brother, well, stepbrother, I don't know, half brother, some kind of relationship there. Uncle, maybe, he lived to be 16, and his companion Una lived to be 18, and this is the last of our dogs. So there will be no dogs after this.
Yeah.
Last of dogs. This is one of the things that I hate about dogs or pets.
They die.
They die. Yeah, and I know is that some people like to use it as a way to teach people about death, but I don't think it does. I don't think it teaches you about death. It just teaches you to be sad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be sad. I've certainly had enough death in my life. I was acquainted with it early in my existence, and it's funny about deaths that they seem to get lesser as I get older. They seem to be less impactful as I get older. And occasionally though, I'll see somebody and he died and he was 66, and he's like, that's 2 years younger than me. What the fuck? Am I going to be dead soon? So you worry about your own mortality a little bit. I don't really worry much about it anymore. After when they told me in '96 that I had HIV, that was like, oh, so that came to face with mortality in that time. And
Wow.
yeah, it did something. It did something in me deep that I have no understanding of. That it was just something that happened because, you see, from the time I was 4, I bit my fingernails. 2 weeks after I was diagnosed, I looked down at my hands and said, "Oh my God, I have fingernails." They had grown in, and I hadn't bit them, which showed me that if I had something really important on my mind, then I wouldn't have time to bite my nails.
Wow.
So it was mortality that finally got through. It said, "You're gonna die, so make a nice corpse, have good fingernails." I don't know about that. Anyway, I see you yawning there. I don't want to be by keeping you up too late or getting you up too early. Which was
I just no, my yawn has nothing to do with you.
It's oxygen usually.
Yeah, just pulling it in.
No, that's fine. I'm not worried about me making anyone yawn. I bore people to tears all the time, and it doesn't bother me in the least.
You're awesome.
You're fun too. Yeah, so we're a mutual admiration society here. Keep talking to each other. So yeah, I've been waiting to see the MP3, and you will send that to me. I know you're going to. I know you're going to do that.
Yes, I'm gonna record it
and
ASAP.
Yes, well, now that you have the interface, you can actually do the work. That's kind of fun. I mean, having the interface is all the difference in the world. The only reason I bought this USB-C one was because I needed to broadcast into the phone.
Yeah.
And this doesn't talk to the phone very well. It talks to the computer just fine, but it does not talk to the phone very well. So I'm slowly but surely learning more stuff about streaming video than I ever really wanted to know. This happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I get involved in something. Like a few years ago, I got involved with film, and then I learned everything I ever wanted to know about video transcoders. How do you make a Blu-ray, Bob? I know how to do that. How do you make a DCP? I know how to do that. I know how to do all of those things. I know how to completely screw up your video. So that happens when I start a new thing. I get involved in all that, and that's what I'm doing right now. Doing that with streaming video, and the rest of the world. I was looking out at my cameras that faced out to the yard, and I was hoping that perhaps there were turkeys in the yard, but no. The turkey was fighting with the window a little while ago, but he stopped. I have a turkey, crazy turkey, one crazy turkey that likes to fight with its reflection in the window of my downstairs studio where I
Wow.
am right now in the COVID-19 playroom, as I've renamed it in honor of COVID-19. Yeah, I had a interesting discussion too today about the idea of pandemic. That so many people do not understand what pandemic really means. In that they think, oh, we're going to defeat this virus, and it's going to go away. And I'm saying, no, 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 you don't fucking understand what pandemic means. What pandemic means is that everybody is going to get this. Everybody. Everybody is going to be exposed to it. Everybody is going to contract it. And some of us are going to die. Hopefully, not too many of us. And the idea behind the stay at home and all of that stuff is about keeping the hospitals open and that they will not be overwhelmed with the number of patients. It has nothing to do with defeating the virus. It is just, as they say, flattening the curve. And people don't seem to understand what that really means. And that's what it means. Pandemic means everybody gets it. Everybody. Everybody. You're all going to be exposed to this. And some of you will die, but not too many. Hopefully. We'll see. It seems, I haven't seen any statistics really, anything really reliable on the survival and the death rate and all of that.
Yeah.
Hard to know. Now that all of these people are reopening to the world, we'll see probably some kind of spike go on with that. But I'm not sure about that. I don't really know that that's true. What the hell do I know about epidemiology? Nothing. Nothing. Almost nothing. Actually, I know more than most. More than most. I had to move that screen out of the way. I see them people with those all the time in front of their microphones and
Yeah. Pop filters. Yeah.
yeah, I pop filters, but they're just so obtrusive to the camera that I really can't use them when I'm doing this kind of work. So I put it in the way. It's like, what is that big black spot there? What are we doing with that? Why do we have that there? I don't know. Oh, by the way, Towley.
Yeah.
You know Towley?
No tally.
Towley is a wonderful guy. Yeah, he was originally, I bought him from their website, and he was originally supposed to say, well, he was supposed to say these things. Yeah, and this. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. And those are the things that he said in one hand. And on the other hand, he was supposed to say his signature thing. And he actually has there he is. This is the high Towley with the bleary eyes. Yes, your dog sees him. Yep. And the high Towley with the bleary eyes was supposed to say two things. One was this. I have no idea what's going on. The other one was supposed to be, want to get high? Well, apparently the toy company rebelled at the idea of putting that on the toy. And so, even though it was advertised as that and having that voice, it never had that voice.
Wow.
So I'm pissed. Because I saw the ad, I thought that's what I was getting. I wanted to send him a note, truth in advertising. What the fuck, you motherfuckers?
That's
So
pretty cool.
Yeah, what I've been thinking is that I should record my own Towley voice and put it in there so I can say,
Put it in.
"Hey, you want to get high? Hey, you want to go get high?" Yeah. Have a couple of extra Towley things in it. I'll have to open it up, though, to do that. And I don't know that I want to do that with such an expensive toy because they don't make them anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I left all the tags on and all of that good shit. It's a collector's item now. Much like Freddy.
Awesome.
Yeah, so let's see. Where else was we? What else can we talk about? We've talked about quite a few things. And we've been out to an hour and 15 minutes, a reasonable amount of things. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I guess not really. I mean,
not really. Dang.
I like talking to you, Robert. I guess I mean, I'm grateful that you asked me to be here.
Why wouldn't I have been? You're an interesting character.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's what this is about. This is about interesting characters. And when I say, you know, is there anything you want to talk about? I mean, you have a pretty vast repertoire of things you talk about.
yeah,
All of them having to do with being positive and building positive structures in your life. You know,
yeah.
like you say, the positive business of affirmations and yoga and exercises and your writing exercises and your teaching writing. That yeah that's one of the things I can't do. I'm a lousy teacher. Oh, am I a terrible teacher? Oh God.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess the one thing I would like to plug or bring up is every Wednesday at 6 p.m. I teach a creative writing workshop via Zoom,
Oh,
and
I
it's a
didn't
lot
know
of fun.
that. Every Wednesday at what
Yeah,
time?
6 p.m.
6?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I'll have to tune into this thing because I need I need to be at one of these workshops. I want to see how you do it. I mean, I'm not I'm not Mr. Exercise guy, but yeah, I'd like to see what you do to inspire creative writing in other people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Wednesdays at 6. There's a website. There's like a link I can share with you. If you
Well,
type,
do that. Why don't you share that with us? And, I can put that link here if you don't mind.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's I'm doing it under the um the organization Factory 3, like the number 3,
Yeah. Okay.
Factory 3. And so you go to factory3.org/classes or something like that.
Ah, Factory 3. With spelled out the word 3 or just the number 3?
Just the number 3, yeah, Factory and then the number 3. And then you'll see there'll be a tab for classes, and then you'll see creative writing with Myles Bullen.
Is it .org with that? Or is
I
it
think
.com?
so. Yeah, you can just Google it. You can Google Myles Bullen Factory 3.
I'll do that. I'll Google Miles Bullen Factory 3 and put
Yeah,
it.
and it'll come up.
Get that link because now he, he may regret this, ladies and gentlemen. He may regret unleashing the dragon into his creative writing class.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's really hard to like bring up anything else right now. I've been, like I was saying at the beginning of this, just like just kind of redesigning my life and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next, because I can't rely on planning any physical events with folks.
Well, you're reimagining things, and remember, this is not forever. It seems like forever right now, but it is not going to be forever. It is very definitely going to be forever as far as us understanding about contagion and all of that. So, but I don't think it's going to be the end of all.
Yeah, it's
There. I mean, shit. We've had pretty serious contagions in this country in tuberculosis for one. I mean, you're familiar with literature. How many people used to die of consumption? Consumption was like, oh, the tragic death. You're going to die of consumption. That was tuberculosis. That's what consumption was.
mhm.
And so, it is. It's one of these things that doesn't go away. Unfortunately, we have treatments for it. That's the problem right now with COVID is that there's no treatment. Once treatment becomes available, and that's all being worked on. There's people fucking working night and day on shit like that, just like there were for the AIDS epidemic.
Right.
So this is going to be, they're going to come up with some kind of effective treatment for it, and that will change the way everything. It'll change it practically back to normal. I don't know if ever it gets back to normal, just because people have been strangely traumatized by this.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly traumatized, but I've always lived this life anyway. So being alone indoors, and not really alone. I mean, jeepers, I've more contact with people vicariously now than probably ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit, the 30 million people that saw my video, but that aside from that, just me talking with people online, I do a lot more than was doing. And
Same.
it's one of the things that is heartening to me about this is that it seems as though people are talking more now, that they're having these discussions, that they're talking about important things in their lives in this manner, and also when they do get the chance to meet people, it isn't for frivolous stuff. It's all about very serious things. And that seriosity, I guess, is heartening to me, that people are like, oh, yeah, I don't have to go home every night and watch television. I don't have to go do this. I can connect with the people, real live people. I'll actually have to talk to real live people. Well, it's kind of fun to talk to real live people now that I haven't been able to do it for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all of a sudden it's kind of fun. So I'm seeing that happening with the online stuff. I'm seeing a lot, there's a lot of vacuous shit that goes on online all the time anyway. I mean, TikTok is just full of it. But TikTok is also full of that joy too. So that's one of the things I love about TikTok. And hopefully, you need to discover TikTok, just because it'd be good for you to get up every day and make a 15-second TikTok that spoke Bullen.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I do. I know so. No, I don't just think so. I know so. I know that it's a good medium for you. 15-second videos, just bang. Here's a line, buddy. Bang. See ya. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. I think you'd be very effective at doing that. So you should look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a bunch of TikTok from Hillary, because Hillary loves TikTok.
Uh-huh.
She's like a huge consumer of it. Like she follows people, and she always shows me things that she likes. It's super creative. I'd say the most like heavily creative focused social media platform
Yeah.
is definitely TikTok, because it's like just a lot of brilliant ideas. Young people, old people, all people. Just
Yeah.
so many different types of people on that platform, and it's such a digestible amount of time.
Exactly.
And it makes
that's the
it,
thing.
yeah, it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier with like the like the ephemeral type of fleeting moment, is like knowing you only have a minute. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna spend that minute? Like your minute on Earth, your minute with the world. What are you gonna say in that minute? Yeah, it's intimidating for me, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I'll probably do it, but
Tell you what, take a look at some of my TikToks and see, because there's recently I've done a whole lot of response TikToks to people responding to comments, and I do a video response to those comments, and it's kind of fun to do that. Someone commented on one of them is about my saying, I'm TikTok grandpa, and all these people accepting the fact that I am TikTok grandpa. And one of them said to a response, this is great. I'm glad to have a grandpa. Now, when do we get to do a shot together? And my response was, it's a video response that said, well, that will have to wait until we meet in the wild.
Nice.
And this person just responded to that and said, this is the best response I've ever seen. So I think this is what it is. It's this tiny little conversation you can have with your fans.
Yeah.
And there's a space for your voice. And that's the thing. I think there's a niche there that is a Bullen niche that is waiting for you to fill it. And you just get on out there and do your 15-second videos and do that. And I recommend 15 seconds because they seem to be my most popular videos.
The quick ones, yeah.
15-second ones seem to be. I mean, other than stay the fuck at home, stay the fuck at home. It's like, who the fuck knows what happened with that? That just hit a nerve in the whole world. And it's not even my poem, which is kind of hard for me sometimes because it's like they're all applauding how clever this is, and it ain't me. You know? But then in talking with Chris, the guy who wrote it, he says, well, yeah, it is you. And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, the way you deliver it, it's fucking perfect. It's just everything about it. It's just perfect, you know? And I said, oh, okay.
No one would know it if you didn't do that.
If I didn't tell them. Yeah, well, I tell them at the beginning of the video. So thanks to Chris for these lyrics.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, too. And the whole crew down there. I'm a famous Australian musician now, just in case you didn't know.
Well, we should book our Australian tour for 2021.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice, huh?
I have some friends there. We could
Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, we could do the whole damn country.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready to do anything with you. I am ready to do anything. You ask me to go do something, go on tour with you, I'm going.
Yeah?
Yo, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'll do 5 minutes in front of you and let you take the rest of the show. I got no problem. Good Lord, it would be a great privilege to drive you around the fucking country.
All right.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you're feeling that at all, please ask me. I'll figure out a way to make it work because I'm retired. I don't,
Let's go to Australia.
Australia's a big deal. That's a big deal. We'd have to plan that one because first of all, it's a major ticket. Flying to Australia costs some serious dough, and it takes a long time.
Yeah.
But you think 2021? Huh? You think we should do this? We should schedule an Australian tour.
Yeah.
And in New Zealand.
Yeah.
We got to do both.
Yeah, we plan it. We start planning now. It'll be here.
Yeah, it will be here. It will be here. And you got to remember too that you're in reverse with Australia. That when it's summertime here, it's wintertime there. So when it's wintertime here, it's summertime there.
Yeah.
So you go in the fall, and we go fall, spring, summer. Ooh, this might be just the thing to do.
I definitely have a friend in New Zealand who we could stay with.
Cool.
And potentially a friend in Australia we could stay with. So we wouldn't have to worry about housing. Our housing would be covered. Get some gigs that pay for our travel, and
yeah, I now have 23 friends in Australia. All the guys in the band.
Nice.
I mean, I gave them all a shirt, so they owe me. They owe at least a couch.
Or a good house concert.
That's true. They're all musicians, so it's like, I'm all thrilled now.
I'm there, Robert.
This is sounding like something we need to do. I really do.
Yes.
Much as I thought I'd never get to go to Australia, I'm thinking, this might be just the thing to make me go to Australia, to have Myles Bullen to go with.
I'd be honored.
You, God, shit. I feel like somebody's doing ruffles and flourishes and hail to the chief. Thank you very much. Good heavens. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's think about this. Think for September 2021. And that's when fall begins, right? Yeah,
I bet if we get our tickets now, they'll be super cheap.
That's very true. That's very true. I'll have to let me do a little research on this, and let me speak to my stay the fuck at home crowd
Yeah.
and tell them, say, hey, me and this guy are thinking about doing a fabulous tour of
Yeah.
beautiful Australia and coming and torturing all of you. So we need places to stay. Oh God! Well, that's great fun. I hadn't, that had never even occurred to me that that could possibly be something we could do, and it is. That's great. Thank you.
I'm down. I've been needing a reason. So
Yeah. Well, then after I find out some things, that's when I turn the booking machine loose. Myles Bullen booking machine. I'll just give you the names of everybody that has been in that band and say, look, you can talk to every one of these guys, and you just tell them who you are, and that the guy from their T-shirt sent you. If you need to know who sent me to you, just look at your T-shirt. It's that guy there. The guy saying, "Stay the fuck at home" in Japanese.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that. Now you've just made my day. So, I mean, it may just be a pipe dream, but nevertheless, it is such. Well, fans, what do you think? Do you think I should go on tour with Myles Bullen in beautiful Australia? I mean, you know what? You know what I haven't looked at all fucking time that we've been on? I haven't looked at the fucking chat.
Is there a chat?
There is, and I haven't looked at it. Maybe nobody's talking to me. We'll have to see. Where did I go? Where did I go? There I am. There I am. And the chat says there probably be lots of things saying, "Yep, here it is." They're probably saying he's ignoring us again. Good heavens! There we was. Ola Manola says, "Do it, guys."
All
Says,
right.
this is absolutely beautiful, Myles. Christina Lisa says 3 hearts. Family Band Records says, I need $1. That's, yeah. I'm so sorry, Myles. Miss you all the strength you need. That's from Ola Manola, talking about your your sadness at being COVIDed, living in the land of COVIDia.
Yeah.
And also that you lost all of those people at the same time. I mean, father and grandfather, all in the same week, did you say?
It was I lost my grandfather, and then 2 weeks later I lost my dad, and then that same week I lost the tour. So I was in the same.
Oh God, yeah. That's so hard to lose. I mean, to lose a grandparent. This sounds callous, but a grandparent you expect to lose at some point. But losing your parent is usually something that happens to a much older person. So I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that whatever brought it on exists in the world. But I offer you my whole heart for
Thank
that,
you.
because I know what it is to lose people and to lose someone tragically.
Yeah.
That's, as I said, I was early acquainted with death, and that's exactly the point. Was my favorite aunt, who lived in the house with us, was run down by a car outside of my house, and I was on the street playing at the time, and it's like, so I understand sudden death and tragic death from a very early age, and that's why also that it doesn't seem to affect me the same way as it did back then. I mean, I was unconsolable back then, and I understand unconsolable very much. Unconsolable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that probably is a little bit of that going on here with you, because there's no way anyone can even know what all of this means to you. They can't inhabit that moment. It's something that you just is closed to us. that inner life of people that are affected in that way. You can write about it. You can try and communicate it, but there's no substitute for living it, I guess. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
So anyway, the top chat, there isn't not a whole lot of chatting going on here, but we now at least have looked at the chat. The Timer. I don't know who The Timer is. They haven't said anything since. But Ola Manola, who is my deepest fan, has said we should do this tour.
All right. If Ola Manola says it's good, then we have to do it.
We have to do it. Ola says we got to do it. You hear that, Ola?
Ola's our prophet. She's our media.
I don't know if Ola is a boy or a girl. I have no idea who Ola is.
That's okay.
Yeah. But a fan who has been on every one of these lives.
Perfect.
So whoever it is.
Ola's going to be our prophet to send us safely to Australia and New Zealand.
A patron saint of the Australia-New Zealand tour, of the Down Under tour.
I think my dog Finn needs to go out. You see him looking at the door?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, okay. Well, you know what? We've been on for 2.5 hours, over 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I will gladly let the dog go have his pee and do those things. And Myles, I thank you very much for being here today. And I'm going to go out with something here of yours. And we will bid you adieu as you take your doggy out for its, how do you say, necessaries. Yes, that's it. So, people, we want you to know, time to wake up. See you later. Thanks, Myles.
You have to lose to learn to love. When everything crashes down, pick yourself off the ground and turn it around now. You have to give your love away. Give your heart space to learn. Give yourself time to grow, and anything's possible.
My generation is special, performing spectacles. Writing these songs, righting my wrongs, correctional. Invested time, every minute is measurable. Pleasant and kind, love is incredible. Your hate speech is unneeded, unwanted, and unacceptable. We leveled up, invest in growing vegetables. Confession, we have a collective of the source that everyone's connected to. A new generation that's breaking through.
You have to lose to learn to love. When everything crashes down, pick yourself off the ground, turn it around.
This is the wake up century.
To give your love, to give your love.
This is the wake up century. And now we're remembering, and now we're remembering. Wake up century, questioning authority, channeling our destiny, never opening up, now remembering, never opening up, now remembering. Strong, move along, uprooting our feet, confronting our ego, hear our spirit when we speak. Messages for the strong will resonate if you're weak. We've been given limitations, we stretching out of our reach. Depression will not defeat this movement inside of me. Lessons of the struggle of being a human being. Suffering drug addiction and watching homies OD. Suicide is a commitment most of us won't keep. We some artists with insomnia, working we don't sleep. Educating ourselves to listen before we speak. The truth is, love is something they don't teach. So it's up to us to learn, continue spreading our peace like.
You have to lose to learn to love. When everything crashes down, pick yourself off the ground and turn it around now. You have to give your love away. Give your heart space to learn. Give yourself time to grow. And anything's possible.
This is the wake up century.
And anything's possible.
This is the wake up century.
And anything's possible.
This is the wake up century.
And anything's possible.
And now we're remembering. This is the wake up century. Everything. This is the wake up century. This is the wake up century. And now we're remembering. Now we're remembering.
We need to break down just to wake us up. And as we wake up, can we learn to love? We need to break down just to wake us up. And as we wake up, can we learn to love? We need to break down just to wake us up. And as we wake up, can we learn to love? We need to break down just to wake us up. And as we wake up, can we learn
This
to
is the
love?
wake up century. When everything crashes down. Wake up century. Pick yourself up. This is the wake up century. Turn it around now. Wake up century. Turn it around now. The wake up century. When everything crashes down. Now we're remembering. Pick yourself up. This is the wake up century. Turn it around now. Now we're remembering. Now we're remembering.
So there we go. Wake Up Century with Myles Bullen. Myles is a fabulous poet and beatboxer guy from beautiful Portland, Maine, where is, as I refer to it, as Poetland, because that's where the poets live. So thank you all for joining me today. It's been lovely being your host and hosting Myles. Myles is a great one to take in, and hopefully you'll get to see him at a show sooner than later. As soon as this COVIDia, the nation of COVIDia is disbanded and we enter out into the world again, I'm sure you will keep an eye out for Myles Bullen. And on that note, I will say a good evening and good night and all of that good stuff, because it's time for us to end the stream. And that's just what I'm about to do. Good night, sleep well, and try not to have too much fun without me. Okay, bye.